Okay. I think. Oh, sorry, I was like cooking all day, so I'm like whole tired, man. I made.
No, it's tired.
We're both tired. How about that? I made takbohak. I made yakuniki sauce, which I didn't realize that the bento flakes was not bento flakes, in fact, but it was more like a pre-made powder mix. So I got depressed, and I think I poured a little too much.
Throw it into here?
Yeah, that's what I would. That's what I did. If it's not flavorful, add a little pinch of salt because it said add salt to taste, so I didn't add any salt. What else did I do? Takbohak, yakuniki sauce, beef stew. I made roast beef. You know how I made it? It's so I seared all the sides, and then I put it in a plastic bag. I threw balsamic vinaigrette and red wine in the plastic bag or in the Ziploc, and then I boiled it so it cooked inside there. That's why it's juicy. Oh, all right. So summary. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this, Tiggy, because like we don't know anything. Like we don't know anything. All we know is that a Japanese man is being put on trial because he supposedly stabbed someone. That's it. That's all we know. And then all we know is that the landowner, their husband and wife, right? And I need to share this with you. Oh no, I am sharing this with you. Their husband and wife, and she slapped him because he thought he was cheating. But the letter is already in the book, which is probably referring to the Japanese guy.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
So, in actuality of the murder, we don't know anything. And supposedly, these two husband and wife didn't see anything because they were fighting, and that a fire broke out in their house because she got violent. So we don't know anything. The only thing we also know is that they introduced the other tenant in the house, which is like a super rich dude. I totally forgot the voices. It's been so long because I was sick. But I don't like any of this, where this is at. February 20, 9:23 a.m. Old Bailey's defendant lobby. I can't believe it. I'm already back in this courthouse. Well, we came here as exchange students to learn the legal system of this country. As such, we must stand in court to advance our studies. Yeah, you're right about that, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for the defendant. It could decide his entire fate. It could decide his future. His present. I can't bring myself to call it just another day of studying. You do have a point. Good morning to you both. Oh, it's him. Japanese, okay. Oh, good morning, Totseki. Oh, there's a fucking ghost. This fucking guy. Your eyes, they look bloodshot. Like you took too many shots. Dude, if you drink like a shit ton of alcohol, can you get bloodshot eyes? Is that a thing? Can you get bloodshot eyes from that? Can you get fucked up on shots of vodka? You're saying there's a saying in my land: the early to rise gain some small benefits. Yeah, I've heard of that. After all, I'm Japanese. So, if waking up early earns me a little extra, then I should not even sleep for an instant. In just one night, the benefit could add up to a single penny. That is why you see me here in such a drowsy state. Does he not think about it? A not guilty verdict is only worth a penny? I wish you luck today, Sotseki. Oh, the ghost. It's like, what if he's actually not like freaking out, but there's actually Casper like behind him constantly? My divinely decreased destiny is perturbed. Fleeting life, I eagerly entrust it to you. How nervous I am. I still don't understand him, but the part about him being nervous definitely shines through. Oh, I'm glad you understand. So very glad. In any case, substitute lost to the Naruhodo. Yeah, what is it? Just a moment ago, I was able to catch a glimpse of the courtroom's gallery. There seems to be many people present there as there would be on an opening day of a great theater. Is my impending judgment really so popular with the London public? There's that many people? I'm getting nervous. Did you know why, Susato? I can't really say that I do. The look on her face tells me otherwise. Please do not hide the truth from me. Could it be possibly because the Grim Reaper? Prosecutor Van Zeeks. So that's why, Susato. I went out and bought all of today's newspaper. And indeed, Prosecutor Van Zeeks was on the front page of every single one. He was right! After he's earned the title of the Grim Reaper. For a number of years, he avoided the courts. Right, Inspector Garrison said the same thing yesterday. The trial 2 days ago was his revival after so many years. The horrifying case of Konstantin Magundal. It caused an even greater uproar within London than today's coming trial. We had no idea, only having just arrived in London. And why has he decided to prosecute such a trivial case only 2 days later? Each newspaper is spreading its own speculation. Trivial! To me, this is the most important thing since the foundation of Japan. Oh, my apologies, it's the newspaper that keeps saying it. Well, I suppose I will further fuel the blaze of international attention. Though it is odd that this prosecutor has suddenly awakened from his long slumber. There is only one similarity between the two trials that he's prosecuted. Indeed, I feel the same way. Of course. That would be you, substitute the lost student Naruhodo. Me? I guess that makes sense. In the two trials of the newly revived Grim Reaper, one attorney stand against him. Dear me, it almost feels as though you two might be good friends. No, not with that vampire. I would not be friends with him. If that's true, then there's only one possibility. You have incredibly, hopelessly, irredeemably poor luck. That's a little dramatic. Oh, defended by an attorney with such dreadful luck. What has my come to? This unpredictable misfortune is surely more momentous than the foundation of Japan. But you're the one who entrusted me with your face, Soseki. I'm just a student with no luck, experience, or real ability. I don't even have a girlfriend, and my best friend died by being pushed down. That really sucks. I've only just arrived in London, and even so, I'm prepared to believe in you and fight with you with all I have in me until the bitter end. To the bittersweet. Oh, substitute the lost student Naruhodo. You're not alone in London anymore. Whoever may come, we stand beside you. Oh, legal assistant Susato. Oh, I didn't get a name? I see how it is. Fucking dickwad. And I, the defendant, attorney. Court is about to begin. Make way to the courtroom at once. I wonder why Sherlock is never in these, why Holmes isn't in the court.
Because he's dead.
He's pushed down by Watson. Oh, Watson dead. I killed Holmesies. It was me in the bedroom with the bed frame. Looks like it's time. Let's go, Satseki. Yo. Oh, I gotta drink some OJ. The juice. It's about to finally begin. I'm at the court. Oh, the Grim Reaper. Oh, watch over me, dead friend. This time I'll believe my client through and through. I'll follow you what he taught me as well. I'm gonna grab my sword when I'm like, I don't know don't know what to do, and then he's gonna come out from like the grave and like help me, his spirit. I'm gonna fart. I'm gonna be like, Osogi?
It's gonna be him.
I'm gonna break the wind. I'm like, was that you, Osogi?
Shut up.
Did you exit out of my rear? Is that the energy that you transpired?
Oh, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, we declare this court now in session. I ask you, prosecution, defense, have you fully prepared your case?
The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. The creature known as Japanese truly are fascinating. I'm a racist Transylvanian. Why do you say that, racist vampire? I heard about you from Lord Vortex himself. 2 days ago, a pair of Greenhorn exchange students just arrived in London. What of it? You wish to save the offended, who happen to be your countrymen. Typical foreigner hubris. Oh my god, he just said, he just made fun of my hubris. Holy shit, dude. I got next level insults. Like, oh dude, not my Japanese hubris, man. I apologize for interrupting, but I don't consider that hubris. Susato. Oh, that's so hot. What a hot comeback. Oh. As I recall, our last trial ended with not a guilty verdict. So, it was. But, what the candidate, what? The candidate, I cannot read, I cannot say this word, verdict it was, yet, much to your chagrin. After the trial ends, the defendant meets his own untimely demise, yes. It was you! It was you! You did it with a gun! You lit the fire thing on with the gun! You had a gun that had fire! It was you!
Very well. It appears that the trial is safe to proceed. Sensible citizens chosen by the capital city. Are you all prepared?
What the fuck? It's this guy. As a gentleman, I should fail to fight for justice today. It may be my life on the line tomorrow. Oh, you know I can be a lot meaner than I look. Wait, isn't that the... Yes, as you can see, I'm but a mannered young boy.
Oh, honestly, that mustachio man seems to be the type that's liable to do about anything.
That's not okay. She shouldn't be on the jurors because she has a relationship with the person on trial, which is landowner. So that's technically not okay.
Let's get on. Let's get started. Alrighty, he's got guilty or something.
Hey, what was that? I can't hear you very well.
Oh, very well. With that, we shall begin the trial post-haste. Lord Van Zeeks, your opening statement, if you please.
Mere days ago, the great empire forged an alliance with an island nation in the far east. The defendant is a visitor from that very nation. Sotsuki Natsume is his name. We welcome this exchange student into our empire with open arms, and yet, to our shame, that very student has committed the most heinous crime in our capital. Dun dun. It's like CSI logo pops up. Oh! He stabbed. Fuck this drink! It tastes like shit! He stabbed a poor innocent woman in the streets using a knife. What in the world? I dare say stabbing someone with a knife as low as you can get. Look, that yellow face, his tiny stature. That's definitely a foreigner. I can't say that. I can't say that. I don't even care. Just bring this thing close. Ready, set, go. Huh? How insolent of me to let the Holy Grail loose at the end of the trial's onset. It tastes like shit. Please forgive me. He throws his drink and he says sorry. This fucking guy. At this time, I wish to summon our first witness to the court. Oh, yeah, there's 2 witnesses, right? Yeah.
Very well. Call forth the inspector responsible for leading the investigation of the crime scene.
Witness, your name and occupation.
Yes, sir. My name is Tobias Garrison. I'm an inspector at Scotland Yard.
Go on, Inspector. Please, describe the events of this case to us.
We believe that the victim is a 20-year-old woman named Verdan Green.
Wait. I don't remember the silhouette of her looking like a round person. Alright, okay.
Hold on. What do you mean by believe?
All we know is that the victim was stabbed in the back with a knife. 3 days have passed since the incident, but she still hasn't regained consciousness. Wait, what? That's what?
So she's unconscious? At least in stable condition.
Fortunately for him, this Japanese student has narrowly avoided the murder charge. Inspector Garrison, I implore you to explain the incident in more detail. Yes, sir. Everyone have a look at this map in the general vicinity of the scene. The incident occurred 3 days ago at around 5 o'clock in the evening. The scene itself was a pavement along the side of a wide alley for coaches on Briar Road. The victim, Miss Green, was walking along the Miss Green was murdered on the pavement with a knife. God! Miss Green was walking on the pavement when the snow had just stopped to fall. But then the defendant sneaked up behind her and plunged a knife into her back. Fortunately, she managed to cling to her life. She is currently admitted to the local clinic, but as long as she remains unconscious, we are unable to request testimony from her. These are the victim's files.
Oh, very well. The court accepts them as evidence.
I should probably read that. Let me read that real quick. Case review. Okay. Portly woman in her early 20s, unidentified, but likely Viridian Green, like Viridian City.
Oh, I bet she's a gym leader. Fuck.
Status: critical condition due to a deep stab wound. Location: eastern footpath to Briar Road. Reported by Roland O'Malley. Who the fuck is Roland O'Malley? Because she is still conscious, her name has been deduced from belongings but remains unconfirmed. One single deep wound from a knife. No other wounds found. Perpetrator captured the next day due to a tip from Rolla O'Malley. Do we know a Rolla O'Malley?
He's nuts.
No, we don't know a Rolla O'Malley. Okay. And what of these weapon? Not even murder, only attempted murder. Weak shit. I know, right? Not even time or the Ace Dirty. Right, City.
Sir, I have it right here. This was found on the victim's back.
That's a huge pocket knife. Oh man, I'd love to get one of those.
Fuck this katana.
With such a heavy looking knife, even a weak person could stab someone. In other words, even a wimp like Soseki could have done it.
That's quite a plain. Oh, that's quite a plain looking knife. Looks like I can cut my beard with that. Very well, we'll accept this knife as evidence.
The knife has been filed into your butt.
He's like, I'll show this knife up my ass.
Little examination. Is there blood on this? There's no blood on this. In the tip.
Oh, just the tip. Just the tip.
Oh, no. Take a look at the tip of this knife. It appears to have been chipped slightly.
Whoa. Bro, that's crazy talk.
But where could the tip has gone?
Oh, I don't know. That's like... I don't know, Susato. Maybe it's in the victim.
That does sound quite painful.
Oh,
Everything is the same. Huh. Oh, a slip. It's a switchblade.
So, what are the culprit's motive? Surely he must have taken her valuables.
Her valuables? You mean like her valuables?
Yes, I mean her valuables.
What these the valuables you mentioned?
Judging by the item on her person, the victim was a poor student.
Student, huh? I surmise that she wouldn't have any valuables for stealing in the first place.
Oh, that case? Perhaps the perpetrator held some kind of a deep resentment towards the victim.
We still don't know about that. The exchange student seldomly goes outside. Saves to visit the used bookshop. At present, we haven't yet to found any links between the victim and the defendant. Bro, I'm teacher. If it wasn't robbery, he doesn't have a grudge against her. You got no reason to stab, man. And yet, why'd you arrest him? Doesn't that seem a little too rash? Whoa, now shut up. 1 minute. Oh my god, this bottle is empty. Someone in the audience. It's like bleeding on the floor. How impudent of me to cast my freshly opened bottle into the gallery. I please your forgiveness. In the background, he's like, you motherfucker. However, it is your own words that should be called rash. Huh? Naturally, Scotland Yard will not rest. Please forgive us again when I do it a third time in approximately 2 minutes. Naturally, Scotland Yard will not arrest a man without cause. Inspector Garrison, I order you to testify. Explain to us why the police arrested that man. As you wish. Gotta testify. Why we arrested Soseki? It was around 5 p.m. when the incident occurred that day. That day, the fog was unusually thin. The crime scene was an open area with high visibility. Nobody was present. But Santa Claus, because Santa Claus always has presents. The victim fell to the ground after she was stabbed in the back. The culprit made a run for it, but as he fled the scene, he dropped the item he was carrying. The item in question were old books. It seems he was on his way back from the usual bookshop. We identified the defendant. Excuse me, had a weird pause. We identified the defendant as the owner of the books and arrested him. So, the books? Old books, you say? Here's a photograph that was taken by the police shortly after the crime was committed. Oh, that's not even a blood stain though, that's the weird part.
Indeed, there appears to be books scattered around the victim's body. Please, submit this photograph to the court so that it may be admitted as evidence.
How's the food? Yeah. You add a little pinch of salt in Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I added salt in the pot before I... The crime scene has been shoved up your butt. There you go. I am not surprised that the Japanese are all utter cowards.
But not the first time my ass is spit.
Even in the face of such demanding evidence, you still deny everything. Typical foreigner. Your hubris is small like peanut that I eat on a daily basis to keep my blood sugar low. Now the defendant isn't exactly denying everything.
Sato, what are you saying? What do you mean by that?
Sotseki has acknowledged that he's connected to this case in one way. Isn't that right, Naruhodo? Now that she mentions it, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I haven't played this game in 2 weeks. What is this game? What is this? Is life a reality? Yesterday we asked her about the goal.
There was one other individual walking in front of me along that first road. She was wearing a green overcoat, and when I was about to pass by her, it happened. She suddenly let out a short cry, and then she collapsed on the cold ground. Terrified, I seized the first opportunity to flee from that cursed scene. At full speed, mind you, back to my cursed flat.
I think this is a set. I think they're setting him up. A green coat. Oh yes, it has to be. The victim was wearing a green coat.
My word, this is the first time I've ever seen a full-colored photo.
Now shut the fuck up. The defendant confirmed that he fled the scene from the crime scene. However, that doesn't fucking mean that is just an absurd conclusion. At this time, your voice is changing, and the accused and the victim were the only ones walking on that pavement. Which is to say, nobody else was able to stab the victim. Is the accused himself not admitting to this very fact?
It seems that the court will have to trial will have to heavily influenced by the next cross-examination. Bearing that in mind, the defense will now proceed with its cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. I don't have any choice. This cross-examination will turn the whole situation around. I'm sure of it. Okay, let's see. Why did we arrest Soseki? It was around 5 p.m. when the incident occurred that day. The fog was unusually thin. Oh, they don't have a date for the crime scene. Oh wait, I didn't watch the crime scene. Oh lord. That is a knife plunged into her back. Some books scattered around. Snow, I don't see anything. But there's no blood, which is weird. Mata! The fog was unusually thin, just like my dick. And by that, I mean that one could actually make that the other side of the road of the street. That doesn't sound very thin. You know what else is thin? Oreos. I like those. It sure is for this city. I suppose the Japanese wouldn't really know that. Because, you know, the time zone's different. And the weather's different. I've read in old books that London is known as the Old Smoke. In Japan, it's rumored to be a beautiful sight. Poppycock. I don't even know what that means. See, to us, it ain't so romantic. I see. At this time of the year, all that fog causes endless problems, and especially foggy days. It gets so bad you can't even see your own hands in front of your face. Just the other day, I couldn't even see a couch until I got kicked by the horse. A coach, I mean, not a couch. I really want to sit on a couch. Oof. Oof. However, on the day in question, it seems that bloody fog finally managed to clear up a bit. Now everyone will know that I could transform into a bat. I need that fog, damn it. Much to the target of any potential criminal, I'm sure. Crime scene was open area, high visibility. Nobody was present, but we had a witness. How can you be so sure? Didn't you just see a witness? It is simple. The witness had said it himself. That's right. Inspector Garrison mentioned yesterday that... Didn't he? Right. I believe that the witness is an officer of Scotland Yard. You got it. Well, what the fuck does the witness have then? What a bitch at? The witness will be summoned should the need arise anyways. But what the fuck? Since it's winter, I'm almost certain that the area should have been at least dark around 5 o'clock. Regardless of how thin the fog was, who knows if a person would have been visible in the dark? Perhaps your tiny, distant island nation hasn't discovered the wonders of artificial light yet. Ah, I am making fun of your tiny nation. But all the roads in the great capital of London are equipped with gas lamps. That sounds really fucking inconvenient, like gas lamps for the entire... Yeah, and plus they had to go around and light every single one. That's what they said, that's what the Scotland Yard did. Not only did they do patrols, but what... Yeah, what Thomas Edison?
Everything would go back to the time and suck up Thomas Edison.
I will suck off the Thomas Edison for electricity. The prosecution believes that these lamps provided adequate lighting for them to witness the crime. A city that dispels the darkness of man's past, indeed. Such is our very own city of London. So basically, they're making fun of us. And if I want to get the witnesses to testify, I need to get through this cross-examination first. And with the defense's silence, you may continue your testimony, Inspector. The victim fell to the ground after she was stabbed in the back. Yeah. Okay, hold on. She was stabbed in the back, right? That's what you're getting at, yeah? Yep, you can see it as plain as day in here in this photograph. She's stabbed in the back. Yes, it does indeed appear to be a knife sticking out of her back. The victim, Screen, is still unconscious. I should draw on her face when I get the chance. Correct. At present, she is recovering in St. Bartholomew's Hospital. I don't even know if I said that right, but we're hoping she's waking up before the trial. If only we could ask her directly, maybe she might be able to tell us who the perpetrator was. It seems your client is a lucky man. What? Slap. On the contrary, defense believes him to be in fact incredibly unlucky. Your Frau's bravado is meaningless if you cannot even stop your eyes from darting around. Shut up, Alicorn. The culprit made a run for it, but as he fled from the scene, he dropped the item he was carrying. Okay, he dropped some books. What items would they be? We just explained there were books! God damn it! There are also presents.
They were also presented in the photographs. Okay. They were also presented for.
Oh, you might be referring to these 3 used books, I presume. Used.
Yes, unfortunately, their time in the snow has left them damaged beyond salvage. It would be easy to carry such a small number of books under one arm as he walked, so it stands to reason that he would have been able to wield a knife in his other hand. That prosecutor isn't pulling any punches. Huh? The argument that he's held books in both hands no longer holds water. Now our escape route has been obstructed. I'm loath to admit that he is least cunning.
So the culprit committed the crime while he was carrying those items.
Yeah, so it would seem. The item in question were old books. It seemed it was on his way back from the old used bookstore. You said the defendant had a routine of visiting used bookshops every day.
That's correct. It seems the bookshop primarily collected old works of British literature. I must express my respect towards the accused keen's fascination with our own classic literatures. You're not wrong there. The defendant's room was well damn near overflowing with old books.
Can you tell us a little bit more about those used bookshop?
Oh, fine. Take a look at this map and the area around the scene.
Yeah, where is the bookstore?
Huh. Oh, it's right there. The closest used bookshop to the defendant's flat would be the Ragged Reader. It's a small bookshop at the corner of the Bayard and Mearsham. What are these roads? Why do we name these roads these ways? By the by, the defendant's flat happened to be on the opposite side of the Bayard Road. After he's brought the used books, the route the defendant took back to his flat was this one. Would have been this one. I just said that.
Map of the scene has been updated. Yay!
Undoubtedly. If he took us right back to this flat from the used bookshop, then he most certainly would have passed by the crime scene.
Naruhodo, the inspector's testimony just now was incredibly important.
Yeah, I agree.
The most important part of this testimony is the Ragged Reader. Under the sea, the Carbari Tales, 2 shillings received in payment. What is this? Received showing that Suzuki bought books from the used bookshop before the incident. The Tattered Tales. Oh, that's not the one he went to. Name of the bookshop. Inspector Garrison, can I make a request?
I don't know.
Can you? Wow, he just dadded me. What a fucking asshole. Just give me the can you? Would you kindly please put that shit in your testimony? I have a feeling that this could be extremely important information.
You have a feeling?
Oh, no, I mean it. It might be a vital clue.
Very well. Although I don't see the importance myself, the witness, we request you to amend your testimony to include the name of the used bookshop.
With pleasure. It didn't even sound too pleased by me. Well, add that shit in your testimony, boy. Boy, get fucking deleted. Now that you added that to your testimony, you're wrong. No, I'm not. It's about a receipt we found in Sutseski's room. The receipt is from a used bookshop. It was printed on the day of the crime scene. And note that he purchased 3 books.
You found this in the defendant's room?
The problem is the name of the used bookshop. What is the meaning of these? I say that it was printed at a shop called the Tattered Tales Book Emporium.
Tattered Tales?
While it is true that Suzuki purchased used books on the day of the crime, he did not visit the Ragged Reader.
What on earth? Inspector Garrison, tell us more about this Tattered Tales Book Emporium.
Sir, as it turns out, there's more than one used bookshop near the Ragged Reader.
But you see, It's such a small shop that we didn't think the defendant would go anywhere near it.
But that's where you're fucking wrong. This receipt proves it.
Yari, what is the point of this? No matter where he purchased his decrepit multi-tomes,
Didn't you just compliment him on his book choice? What an ass.
the conclusion remains constant.
What are you talking about? Dude, this means he's like probably got a different route, you idiot. Naruto, here's the map. Oh, thanks. Right here, right there, right. Alright, if he shopped at that store, then yeah, he would have passed the crime scene on his way home. But if he'd been to Tattered Tales, it's possible that he didn't walk that way.
Is that so?
That used bookshop is, maybe. Is that true, Mr. Attorney? Yes, that right now it's only a possibility, but it's so obvious that it's more than a possibility.
Inspector, where's the Tattered Tale books?
Well, you see, let me take a look. Tattered Tales would be right around here. It's the east corner of this block. Map of the scene has been updated, yay! Fucking got you now, bitch! I mean, I don't got you now. Ah, yes, another cup of the Holy Grail. It would seem that our exchange student is more of a clown than once we thought. You never fail to make me laugh. I'm not going to laugh, though. Grr, he says that without the slightest trace of smile on his face.
Well, I probably don't have to say this. But even if the defendant was at the Tattered Tales, he would have had definitely passed through the crime scene anyways. Indeed, as we can clearly see. I'll say this once more for you, Japanese exchange student. Oh, my hand. No matter where he purchased his decrepit multi-tone, the conclusion remains constant.
Yeah, looks like my nose is still not good. That sucks.
I knew it all along, and I thought you could fool us.
I've already said and done it, but you got no proof. Naruto, now's the time to stand firm.
This is all we do.
If you keep quiet and let the prosecution's assertions become accepted as fact, then the jurors might make up their mind based on that. Oh shit. Shit. You need to carefully rethink the prosecution's claim. On the way back from the Tattletales, would he have gone through the crime scene? Well, I gotta raise an objection. There is a fatal flaw in the prosecution's argument. Blah.
Explain yourself, defense.
Oh, that's it. My answer is, right here. He was on his way home from Tattered Tales. If he was to take this road, he'd cross the crime scene, but roads often branch off. If he continued walking along this route, look, he would have been able to reach his flat without ever crossing the crime scene.
Igari. Trying to argue with a poor clown's rubbish musing is boorish at best, but it is my duty.
I love his point. He's like,
most people will call that a very roundabout way of walking home.
Yeah, maybe he's a roundabout guy.
Remember, we're in the dead of winter. Why would one choose such a long detour?
Well, you see,
the answer couldn't have been more obvious. You wouldn't take the long road home. Our criminal took the simplest road home and took a knife, and his knife took the simplest way into her back.
Holy shit, dude. But you have to understand, because I got it. How can you accuse him when he didn't even ask him?
If that is your answer, I'm sure you must have asked him already, and his answer, I'm sure, was simply, I do not remember. The defendant said he has always wandered around aimlessly through the city, lost in thought. He claims that he was wandering home as always, so he doesn't remember clearly. Fuck. Come on, give me something to work with. That is enough. I don't think we want to need any more aimless arguments in this court. What would your opinions be, wise citizen of the Dory? But even if he did take that route, and as his attorney, if I could just... What? Why is everyone so mad all of a sudden? Regarding Lord Van Zeek's statement just now, we 6 jurors unanimously agree. What? You're stupid. As of now, we have come to one firm, unshakable conclusion. Ah, that's the translation, Z, thank you. Very well, now 6 juniors, the time has come. You've made your deliberations. Present your... Short. Wow. They instantly gave me 6 guilties. There's no fucking way. See, we had nothing to work with this case, so how the hell are we gonna do anything? It seems that the jury has reached a unanimous conclusion. Our sage citizens, jurors and their brave resolution are the pride of the great British Empire. Naruto. I'm so tired. I don't want to wake up, but I have to persuade him. I have to tip those huge scales. It's time for a grand turnabout. No matter what it takes, I have to do this. The fire in your eyes tells me that you have yet to concede defeat. But how can you beat me in my lineage of the great British Empire? Don't tell me you plan to parade your rights around this courtroom again. Your so-called rights forgotten in some dark, moldy corner of the British legal code. No matter how much you complain, every attorney has a right to call for a closing argument, and I'm gonna do just that. Then from this point forward, in accordance with the right prescribed in our legal code, the closing argument will now begin. Jurors, are you prepared? You should know the answer by that already, my lord. That attorney doesn't know when to give up. We all know that. Very well. Very well. 6 jurors. State your reason and basis behind your guilty verdict. Wow, just like that, huh? The murdered Japanese have already said it himself. The lady in the green coat just fell over, but who else in the victim could it be? And there's no reason he would have taken such a long route home from a bookstore. So basically, that guy just stabbed her right in the back. It was scary. Ah, oh, look at me, I don't even care. Just get this over with. I'm ready for a verdict. With some small exceptions, the reason behind their guilty verdicts are clear. With the incident occurred, only the accused and the victim were present. Besides, the accused said himself, he has admitted that he saw the fallen women in the green coat. Furthermore, the defendant fled from the scene right after. It certainly sounds like enough basis for a guilty verdict to me. Even the judge agrees with the findings. Ugh. Why do you gotta run away from the scene, Sotseki? And seriously, an invisible criminal? Not that I could really believe that. I mean, see, if you can walk a mile in my shoes. Though, now's not the time to cry over spilled milk. There's only one way for you to continue this trial. Yeah. Turn the verdict. Yeah. We need to convince at least 4 jurors. I get it. I need to blow my nose. Okay. Yes, that is correct. Let's try to be positive now. Slap. Now, attorney, begin your closing argument. Yes, sir. Slap. Alright, let's get some more juice in my system.
Gotta suppress these guys. Now hold on. Excuse me, but weren't you? Yes. So sorry for the trouble during the trial 2 days ago. I knew it. I thought I recognized you from somewhere. So, if I recall, you were a baker from the city. Yes, that's right. You are indeed correct. Oscar Fairplay. Or, now I've had to put up with you with a lot of trouble thanks to you. Huh? It was all because of that trial the other day. Don't tell me you've forgotten. You're treating me like young hatter-like criminals. I did that? Now there's a rumor floating around about me, and the police won't just leave me alone. I had no idea. I'm really sorry. Well, whatever the hatter's case may be, any suspicion about me has been cleared up. Now, I'm free to declare anyone I want guilty. That sounds nice, I guess. I have a feeling it's gonna be tough to change this guy's verdict. But I'm worried about poor Mr. Lady first. What do you think he's doing? The lady in green coat just fell over. Alright, whatever. I suppose that's true. The defendant certainly Mr. occurred. He saw a person walking ahead of him wearing a green coat. See? That's right. The person was clearly the victim. Isn't it obvious? And that means that the shady Japanese with a mustache must be the culprit. But the defendant said he didn't stab her. Of course he said that. If he admitted to the crime, it's all over for him. Oh, she just happened to fall down in front of me. That's a lame excuse. If he was gonna make up an excuse, I'm sure he could have come up with something better. I should think that as much people like you. Oh god, that's racist. Not me. Come on, lady, don't just lump us all together. Anyways, the culprit said it as plain as day. There was no one else at the scene. In other words, no one else could have committed the crime. If no one else was there, then there's no question who the culprit must be. Indeed, your argument is quite compelling in its simplicity. Thank you so much for your kind words. She's got me there. Okay. No matter the reason may be, you cannot deny that the long way is a valuable way. Yeah, well, I guess it's a map. Calbish Road, was it? Right, that's the one. But still, what's important is whether he took that road or not, right? Well, I suppose so. Due to that, we arrived at the fact that there's no evidence that he went that way, right? Yeah, that's true. On top of that, the defendant said that he doesn't remember where he walked, right? Now that you mention it, yes, yeah, he did that. Winter nights are cold and dark. You would want to get home as quick as possible, right? I'm inclined to agree. Therefore, it stands to reason that he would go along the Barra road to get home. He convinced me more than I convinced him. Listen, it's not just that I'm rushing to a guilty verdict or anything. I just need a concrete reason why the defendant would have taken Calabash Road. If you laid it all out for me, I might just reconsider. Why might Soseki taking the long road home? If we're gonna convince him to change his verdict, we'll have to argue logically. Maybe it's somewhere. Well, I can't present, so. Okay. It is a tad further, but technically, isn't this almost the same route? What is it, sir? Aren't you the landlord's wife? The one from the defendant's flat? Oh my goodness, the very thought that I would be his wife, but a lonely maid. She's still on the charade even in court. Why didn't you say anything about this yesterday? We had no idea that you were selected to be a juror for this trial. You weren't allowed to mention juror duties on anyone until the day of the trial. It was written in the juror's guidelines, so I simply had to abide by it. The defendant Sotsuki is renting a flat in your home, correct? That is correct, but he's only been there for about a week. You live under the same roof as him every day, so you know much more about his character. Does he look like the kind of man who would commit a crime? Yes, well, I can't say he doesn't. What?
Just look at him. He holds up in his room all day. He has a suspicious mustache. His eyes keep darting around and he doesn't talk properly. And people gossip about him. People are also saying things like, he could be making bombs in there for all we know.
Oh, that's awful. How could they talk about him that way? He's just a harmless bookworm who wouldn't hurt a fly.
I can't imagine that's how you feel. Having a maid talk might be more dangerous than I thought. What's with your attitude? A man's life is on the line here. Ah, shut it. I don't get to work up pronto with my life on the line. A fancy pants lawyer like you, and get that man who lay by do to get the pay by the day. If I take this Monday off, I won't be able to feed my wife and kids. Got it. Yeah, that sounds pretty tough. Every day I show up, I show you at the guild that they give me a job, first come, first serve. Lately, all the underground water in the gas pipes has been roughed in. I'm paid peanuts, working morning to night, digging up the roads, fixing the pipes.
Then that means you're digging on the day of the crime as well?
Of course I was. Huh? Come think of it. That day I was working in the neighborhood where that musty old bookshop was.
What? Could this be it? Yes, let me think. Merchant Road with the name right there. Merchant Road. That's on one of the roads in this map.
Intruder 5, please. Say your judicial findings to that statement. How about we just wrap up this little game instead? Please, I'm begging you, please, man. Just do it. Fine, I'll do it. Hey.
Didn't want to say he was lonely. Is this guy? Let's see. Pirates.
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time?
All I said was hold it. Do you often visit the Tattertail's Book Emporium?
I go there to browse old books, and then I read them when I get home while I sip on old tea. That's my life. That day was no different. I was looking at books all afternoon, and then I left the shop a little bit before 5. That's my life. That's no different than any other day.
5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's around when she was stabbed. Are you absolutely sure that you have to get the right time?
At any rate, I had a really tough time that day.
Why you had a tough time?
You know, footpath at Cavaless Road was frozen over. Snow had just stopped falling on the pavement, and I fell smack into the ground. I was knocked out cold. I thought I saw the holy mountain.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow, I cannot believe that's the case. Why is the man so singy-songy? I don't know, I just made it that way.
I was knocked out cold. I thought I saw the Holy Mother beckoning me.
Hold on a second. Did you just say Cablash Road?
Ah, yep. My house is on Hornpine, you see? That narrow little footpath is the quickest way from the Tattered Tales.
2 or 6. That statement must be important. Change your judicial find to add to that statement, please.
You said it again.
Can you add that to your statement? A guilty verdict seems a dreadful chill down my spine. Some of their statements are a bit too irrational for my taste. Yeah, they are. The relevance of a few of them definitely sends chills down my spine too. But I have a better feeling that the ones that aren't dead set on him being the culprit. Maybe we can use this remark to put our advantage to him.
The murderous Japanese already said himself. Okay. Yiggy. There's a clear contradiction between these two statements. What contradiction? Explain yourself. Excuse me, Juror 1 and Juror 6.
Oh, yes, I don't think the elderly gentleman hurt you. Seriously? Do I really have to shout every single time? Anyways, look, one fact became abundantly clear. As shown on the receipt of the used bookshop, the defendant bought books from the Tattered Tales and walked home from there. Didn't he say he couldn't remember what road he took that day? Yes, it would seem so. But on the way home, the defendant did see one person. A person wearing a green coat suddenly fell flat on the snow path, on the foot snow path. The person was the woman who was stabbed. No, you dumb bitch. That fucking guy right over there. Which was what Juror 6 and the old man said over there? He said, I fell on the streets over there a few inches away from the bookstore on Cabodash Road. Okay, and guess what? Look at him. Guess what he's wearing? Are you stupid? You don't mean to imply. I do imply that person. In fact, that Juror 6 is the one that slipped. Our hearing impaired Juror 6 juror. So that means that the person in the green coat that the defendant really saw was that gaudy old man in green? I would say that's highly probable. After all, that old man has a similar body type to the victim. Oh, what in the world? Huh. Anyways, what's important here is the location of the old man fell. Cabodash Road. If the person who fell in front of the defendant was really that old man, then that would mean that Soseki would have taken a long way home, and there's one natural conclusion to come from that. There's no way that he could have passed through the scene of the crime. Fucking got him. Oi! Old man, what were you doing bumming around a place like that? What's more, he had to wear that confusing green coat. Hey! You sound like an old man can't bum. I dress myself with the latest trend dapper coat. Who said hold on? Oh, what the fuck? Pardon me, my lord.
I don't suppose you wish to revise your verdict.
I do. I'm changing my verdict to not guilty.
Juror 2. Then I am too. Huh?
Everyone know it was because I was trying to turn tables too.
Huh?
Kobe! Psh.
Huh?
You did it, Naruto. That was incredible.
The decisions have changed, and with that, the whole situation has turned around. Nice.
Yes, now that all the jurors will have to reconsider their stance, it's incredibly important that they have to rethink about whatever they feel their verdict is just. And one more thing, if there's any more clues that could be cleared up without suspicion around Soseki, then you could use this momentum to overcome the verdict. Right. The prosecutor Van Zeeks is trying to bring this trial to a hasty end, but I'll do whatever it takes to keep that from happening.
Now, defense. Resuming. Now, defense. Resuming your closing argument.
Yes, my lord. Man, dude, I'm gonna be for real. I am so fucking, I'm like knocking out right now, dude. I'm so tired. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me right now. And like, as much as I want to keep streaming this, fucking, I'm like blacking out. And I don't know why I'm so tired. You think I should keep continuing, Sonny? Because, man, dude, I'm like doing these weird, awkward, long pauses. Because I'm literally blacking out. And it hurts. It hurts. It legitimately hurts. So I kind of don't want to cut the episode. But technically I never planned to stream Ace Attorney because I wanted to always make it into VODs, but Diggy decided that I should do both at the same time. So I'm thinking that I should do both at the same time. So I don't know, what do you think? If you're tired, then sleep. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought I could read too because my nose haven't been stuffy. But now my throat is like getting that phlegm that I don't like. I got that phlegm in my throat and I hate it. I don't like that at all. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't read right now because I'm so exhausted. And tomorrow I'll have to do Beat Saber and Ring Fit, so I'm thinking maybe I should just chill and not read. But I don't wanna like continue on to what's the word? I don't wanna cut off the video or the VOD here. You know what? I'm gonna finish this part and then I'll continue. So yeah, I'll finish up this part at least. Okay, let's see. Okay. Well, I can press this guy now, right? Is it gonna say the same thing? Yeah, it's gonna say the same thing. Okay, let's see. And there's no reason I would take it longer from the bookshop. He didn't really say it though. He didn't say he stabbed them. Oh, right here. So your day job is construction, right? Yeah. In the winter, a lot of gas and water pipes burning the ground rupture to us. That's payday. You're keeping me away from that today. By chance, do you work all day? We get all work done within the day. Passing the construction, people in the coaches can't pass. Juror 5, can you do me a favor? Can you please show us your wiener? Got it. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure that I was right here. That's it. It was around here at Misham Road. The snow's all piled up and frozen down. I'm digging it up. Was a real pain. At what time would you estimate construction ended? Well, we started around the mid-morning, and I think we finished around after 6. By then, the snow stopped coming down, and it had been completely dark out. The incident occurred at 5 o'clock. Of the construction was still ongoing. So, Mircham Road was closed for construction, huh? Done. Bam. You got it. There's a clear contradiction between these two statements. What contradiction? Explain yourself. Why is he pointing at me? Whoa now, hurry up and get this over with. Juror 3, may I have a word with you? Oh sure, what is it? There is an important fact in Juror 5's statement. Here, let's compare it to what was said with the map. On the day of the crime, Sotseki bought books at this used bookshop, and now, on this day, Mircham Road was being dug up due to construction. In other words, he couldn't have gone that way, you fucking idiot. Got him! What is up, Sugi Twitch? What's poppin', Sugi? Oi, that's right. Why would you say that, Junior 5? What? Well, I guess he's right. The bricks in the road was smashed and the road was dug about 2 yards across. Those hostile ladies and gentlemen took the longer route instead. Then that means, in order to get back to his flat, the defendant would have been forced to take the long way. So, it would seem. Does it really? Spitting them straight bars, I know it, dude. Junior 3, you said the following. There's no reason he would have taken such a long road home. But now you see, he does have a reason. Idiot. Got him. My lord, may I have a word?
Oh, yes, what is it?
Perhaps I've been a bit hasty in my decision. Ah, yes, to think that we should continue this trial just a little bit longer. Larry Bird, 3-pointer, and he scores. The crowd goes wild. Wow. What are you waiting for, Junior 5?
Huh? Oh, me?
Ooh, fine then. I dug this hole and I'm gonna fill it up. Kobe. Yes, we've done it. The jury's verdict has changed as a result of the defense closing argument.
Oh, now, 2 vote guilty and 4 vote non-guilty. Thus, the court acknowledges that the jury's vote is split and orders you to continue the trial. Yay!
Crush! And how imputed it to me to tip this holy grail after raising objective to the halls of justice, and then to go and shatter it to pieces. I plead your forgiveness, my lord. Prosecutor Van Zeeks? Oh, that's so strong of you to do that. Maybe. Oh. I suppose I must revoke my earlier words. What are you talking about? The jurors lined up over there cannot be called wise by any stretch of the imagination. How can they be that wise when they have fallen so readily to a foreigner's cheap deception? Huh? What's supposed to mean? You got it. What deception? Everything I said was fact. You're just mad. Oh, you're so mad because you can't drink your wine.
On the day of the crime, that large man was repairing the road, correct? According to him, a 2-yard wide section of the road has been removed for construction.
Damn right, I worked myself to the bone along that day. I only got 5 shillings for it.
So, Japanese exchange student, do you know how roughly 2 yards long 2 yards would be? Let me show you.
Whoa, I gotta say, that's definitely 2 yards. It seems that 2 yards is just under the length of 2 meters. I mean, yes. Wait, what? What yards invented? What yards the measurement system of America, not the British? Just under 2 meters. That's shorter than I thought.
My dick is not that short. Shut up. As such, one would be able to leap across the missing road.
Does this man himself disagree?
Huh? Oh, no, that sounds about right.
What?
During construction, did you seal off the road in order to prevent passage? No. No, of course we didn't. With the hole in the road this big, we all stuck up. Ladies and gents would just take a detour, but the inner city kids wouldn't give a hoot. They just jump over it. As far as I can see, the defendant is neither lady nor gentleman. It's natural to assume that he could make a 2-yard leap to return home.
Damn, a 2-yard leap? That's gotta be pretty desperate. Ah! Is that true?
Ah, yes. By the documents in my hand, I remember the defendant dropped his books at the crime scene. There is absolutely no doubt that he passed through Bazaar Road on his way home.
God, fuck, he's got a point. Shit.
And you, old man. On the day of the crime, around 5 o'clock, you have fallen over Calabash Road. At the time, did you notice any suspicious Japanese figures behind you?
Well, who knows? I reckon I can't remember.
Don't remember? Feel free to bet it on all this argument eternally. But do you think that the person that the defendant saw was this old man? Do you? I think not.
God. He pointed at me and blasted me back.
Order. Sir Van Zeeks, if I may.
What is it, my lord?
If you had such a persuasive argument. Why would you stand and watch in silence during the closing argument? Oh, wrong voice. Ha! Obviously, our beloved exchange student is still at the sights, seeing their sights. What would be more fitting than the sight of how feeble the jewel thought can be? Holy shit, dude, this guy's crazy. But I suppose that's enough hospitality. Rah! This is the end of your London sightseeing for today, attorney. What? But I didn't get to see the Eiffel Tower. My lord. The prosecution requests that the next witness be brought to the stand. Oh, of course. Bailiff, bring the witness into the courtroom. The next witness, huh? No. We've heard about a witness at the crime scene a few times now. Yeah, I think they said it was an officer from Scotland Yard. One of the next witnesses must be that officer. No matter who the witness is, no matter what the testimony is, I will continue to believe in you, Soseki. I will believe in you, just like you believe in me. I believe in the you that believes in me. All right, I'm gonna drop it real. Whoa! All right, I'm gonna drop it real hard. Okay. I am falling asleep, and I don't want to damage the damage. That's not the right word. I don't want to put to shame the rest of this recording, because this is all going up on YouTube. The main point of this was to go on YouTube, so I'm gonna cut this one short for the day, because yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I was reading it in my mind, and I thought I was reading the words out loud. I was like that spaced out. So go Mimi, yeah. So I think I need to just like, I just need to go. You know what I'm saying, my dudes. I think as sucky as it may be, I've been really excited that I wanted to play this. I think I need to crash it, and it sucks, man. I need to knock out. Now, if I played a more engaging game where I don't have to think, I could probably do it, but what's worse is that I thought I felt better. I thought I wasn't sick anymore, but I'm still sick. So, sadly, I'm thinking I'm gonna just cut off stream early today. So, oh, it's only been an hour, and that's a shame. That's a real shame, man. Whoa, why did the game slow down? Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later, dude. Hope you feel better tomorrow. Yeah, thanks, Kevin.